Shalom. This is YAHAWAH with the GMS Dallas camp. First off, I want to give all praise to YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Akim scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, keeping his word in truth and sincerity. Now, I just want to do a video on, pretty much going into Esau, and his downfall, because throughout this whole captivity in America, it's been shown that his time is about up. You got he got the he got the Israelites in captivity. He's pretty much got the whole world in the palm of his hand. Doing whatever he pleases. From destroying the earth. Polluting the water, the air, putting shit in our food. The animals. Killing off the animals. Even people, man. Destroying the people of the Most High, man, the Israelites. Which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. According to the scriptures, according to prophecy, history. And it's just evident, man, if you do your research. So I'm gonna start off with Obadiah chapter 1. Let's see, I'm gonna start at verse 1, right? The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. The Most High said, it sent an ambassador, man. Let's look up that word ambassador, man, because we ambassadors of YAHAWASHI, man. We coming out here, representing the Most High, man. Telling people that this kingdom's time is up, and it's time for a new rulership. Because with the rulership that's going up right now, it's if it keeps going. Pretty much the whole earth will be destroyed, man. It's like, let's see, envoy, messenger, pivot of door hinge, pant, distress. So it's we're over here as messengers, man, telling these people the truth about the scriptures, the truth about this so-called white man who is Esau according to the Bible. We're telling them that they need to turn back from their wicked ways and return to the ways of YAHAWASHI, man. We those ambassadors, right? Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high. And that's talking about these Edomites, man. Because you got the so-called white man. They refer to themselves as Caucasian, right? Which goes back to them living coming from the Caucasus Mountains, which I believe is over there by Georgia, Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me make sure that's right. Real quick, give me 1 second. Let's see. Yeah. So it says they dwell also in the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. Hence, Caucasian, which means cave dweller, man. And that's what they were, man. They were cave dwellers. They were uncivilized. They were an uncivilized people, man. Just living disgustingly, man. We were the ones that pretty much brought them up on that level. Told them how to wash themselves, how to clean themselves up, how to build things, teaching them, and that was ultimately a downfall at that time for Israel. But anyways, that's a different subject. But yeah, that's what that word Caucasian means, man. It means cave dweller. So if you go back in this verse, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? You know what I'm saying? And then you got them, and you got that showing today, man. That's why they build these big ass skyscrapers, man. This is their modern day caves, so to speak. That's why, if you read that again, whose habitation is high, they love living in them skyscrapers and them big ass apartments up high. You know what I'm saying? Them wealthy Edomites. And they're very proud too. That's why it says, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, man. So these Edomites achieving all these so-called breakthroughs, I guess, pretty much, going into so-called space, which ain't really space, man. It's just, a certain level of the atmosphere of the earth, man. Because these Edomites never really been in outer space, man. They just out there in that borderline between the earth and the Van Allen belt, which is a big, huge circle that goes around the earth of radiation. And anything that's made of flesh or any type of organism, that'll try and get through there will die instantly, from that radiation. That's how we know that these devils ain't been out to outer space. They set themselves up in the stars, like the International Space Station and things like that, but they ain't gone out to space. They ain't gone out to the moon. Like, yeah, they can send out their little robots out there, their little probes and shit, but that's all they can send out there. They can only observe. They never really been out there, But anyways, yeah, man. Let's read that again. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. And that's what the Most High is going to do, man. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how high you go, even though you've already reached your limit, the Most High is going to bring you down. Man, it's about time for you to receive that judgment. Because of all the wickedness that you committed, man. There's only so much that the Most High will put on that weight, on that balance. I mean, before it tilts over and it's time for that judgment. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. It's another verse I wanted to get. Let's see. Okay, well, we can keep going on this, actually. Verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Salakia, give me 1 second. Salakia, let's see. If thieves came to thee, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got Esau, pretty much going around doing all these wickedness. The thieves being Esau and the robbers being Esau. They'll go in there and take everything. You'd think they leave something. They over here taking the pictures off the wall, even the nails. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they ain't gonna leave it. They ain't gonna leave nothing, man. They gonna suck you up dry. Verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of Mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed at the end of every one of the Mount of Esau, may be cut off by the slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, man. So the Most High is going to destroy Esau, man. You know, for touching the apple of his eye, man, which is the nation of Israel. You know, for the violence against thy brother Jacob shame shall cover thee. Now there's a verse in Psalms. Let me get it real quick. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna read it from my Bible here. Let's see. This is Psalms 50. I'm gonna say verse 6. I'm gonna start at verse 16. But I'm gonna end it after this, man. I got a brother waiting on me. Let's see. But unto the wicked, Yahawah saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? You know, so this is going into Esau, you know, pretty much using this word, man, because really, man, they ain't got nothing to do with these scriptures. But since they put that word, you know, that covenant in their mouth, they gonna be judged by it. You know, verse 17: seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers, man, and that's Esau. You know, somebody, you know, breaking into a house trying to steal some shit. Esau go in there and help him out, give him a hand, you know. Verse 19: thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. You know, which is these so-called white people all day, every day. Verse 20: thou sittest and spakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son, man. Which is, you know, going back to Jacob and Esau in Genesis chapter 25. You know, because they were both born from the same mother. You know, they were fraternal twins. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. You know what I'm saying? These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thy eyes, man. So the Most High, hey, Esau thinks he's chilling right now. There ain't nothing gonna touch him, man. You know, that's why it says right there, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Right? Verse 22. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I shew the salvation of Yahweh, man. That's talking about the men of the Lord going out there in the highways and byways preaching His word, man. Because they're the ones that going to be ultimately glorified for what they're doing, you know. And because they're, like it says right there, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright. You know what I'm saying? You know, will I shew salvation of the Most High, man. And that's why we out there in the highways and byways telling these so-called white people that the Most High is going to come back and bring them down from that high place, man, and bring down that proud spirit that they got, you know. And ultimately they're going to go into judgment, or receive judgment, and go into captivity, and they're going to rebuild the kingdom, you know, and clean up the earth and all the wickedness that they've done, you know. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.